Ever since Dragon Ball Super Episode 67, fans within the Dragon Ball community have talked about a potential return starring Gohan in the upcoming arc, and although it may be possible, today we're going to be diving into the topic on whether or not Gohan's time to shine would be in the next arc, or if they're going to swerve us all yet again into having Gohan not do anything in the show. Now, for one thing, I do want to point out that the fact that just because his hair was different and Gohan was sweaty after saying goodbye to future Trunks is not an indication that Gohan was doing anything of importance. He could have simply been flying there just to make it back in time to say goodbye to future Trunks. Now, could Gohan make a potential comeback and play and have a significant role in the upcoming arc? Of course he can. I mean, just because he's a family man doesn't mean that it's the end of the road for him, because again, since he has a family, he has more worth fighting for. Now again, I don't think that, in my personal opinion, that we're gonna see Gohan take the role of Trunks, and what I mean by that is, as strong as we saw future Trunks become, I don't think that we're gonna see Gohan become the next Trunks. Trunks knows the Masenko, he knows the Genki Dama, he knows how to transform into this new superpower, he knows all these abilities and techniques, and I don't think that Gohan is going to be put in that role to where he does the same thing. However, I do think that since fans have been complaining now for many months that Gohan has not been doing anything in Dragon Ball Super, we might get something. Now the difference here is the fact that in Dragon Ball Z, Gohan had an important role throughout every single saga. The Saiyan saga with Raditz, the Namek saga with Frieza, the Android saga with the androids and Cell. We saw him in the Majin Buu saga have an interaction with Super Buu, but now in Dragon Ball Super, he's done nothing with Beerus, he's done nothing in the Universal Tournament, he's done nothing in the Goku Black / Zamasu story, he's done nothing. So my question to you is, what makes you guys believe that he's gonna have any sort of significant role going forward into arc number 5? I mean, again, as I said earlier, just because he's a family man doesn't mean that he's invulnerable to danger. What if Goku and Vegeta are not there to protect the world and Gohan has to fight this impending danger on his own and his family is at risk? So I do think that in the upcoming story, I think that we may see Gohan fight. I think that Gohan is definitely gonna stand up for what he believes in. However, I don't think that Gohan will become a Super Saiyan Blue. I want to toss that out there right now, that I am predicting, I'm guessing that Gohan will not become a Super Saiyan Blue. Everyone is talking about Gohan potentially becoming a Super Saiyan Blue, Gohan harnessing the powers of Super Saiyan God. Although for hybrids, it is possible in essence, as we saw with Trunks having to tap into this unknown power, I don't think the same is going to apply with Gohan. Now, I know that may rub people the wrong way, but you gotta look at the evidence. You have to think from a logical standpoint. I mean, what makes you think that Gohan would ever even catch up to Goku or Vegeta to begin with? He hasn't done any training, he hasn't done anything of importance that could allow his power to grow aside from train with Piccolo. So I am guessing that we will see Gohan fight, but it's not going to be anything extraordinary. I do think, similar to when he fought Frieza's army, we're going to see the same type of Gohan, perhaps maybe even achieve his ultimate form again, Super Saiyan, whatever the case may be, but I don't think that we're ever going to see Gohan go beyond that into Super Saiyan Blue. Now, it's fine and dandy to have mods in Xenoverse, to talk about Super Saiyan Blue, to create our own little fan mangas with Super Saiyan Blue. That's all fine and dandy, but if you want to look at it from a logical standpoint, Gohan is not receiving any training from his father, from Vegeta, from even Piccolo, from Whis, from Beerus, from nobody. So how in the world is he ever going to reach that kind of a level if he's not training, if he's not taking the necessary steps to get there? Now, however, what if, let's say for example, what if Goku does die? Gohan is now stuck with the sole responsibility of being the protector. If Vegeta is not around, and of course if Goku dies, if something happens to where our two primary characters are no longer featured for, you know, some weird reason, then Gohan and everybody else, Piccolo, Majin Buu, are forced to be Earth's last defenders as they defend themselves from whatever's coming. Now, again, we don't really know how this is going to play off. Even if you want to pit up Gohan against someone like Hit, the legendary assassin from Universe 6, Gohan doesn't even stand a chance. Gohan would get massacred quicker than how Vegeta got knocked out during the tournament. He would get destroyed by someone like Hit. Gohan, I believe, is in no way, shape, or form ready to be competing in any sort of arc or tournament yet. However, I do think that he will. Will he be prepared? I don't know about that, because who's to really say that he hasn't been doing any training? Again, just because he flew to future Trunks to say goodbye doesn't mean that he was training. Yes, his hair does look like his ultimate form back in Dragon Ball Z, but that doesn't really tell us anything at all. I mean, there was no sort of reference or hint that Gohan's power has increased. There was nothing. All we saw was sweat and a hair change. That was it. So I don't want to give people's hopes up. I do think that Gohan will once again again have some sort of role, but in terms of surpassing his father, in terms of surpassing even Trunks, in terms of becoming the next Trunks of the future Trunks story, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that Gohan is going to step up for that matter unless something happens to his family, unless something happens to Videl, unless something happens to Pan. That right there is all he lives for. That's all he has. So if something were to happen to them, I think now gives Gohan more than enough reasons to finally break out of his shell and become the warrior that he once was, or if anything even far beyond that, because now that something's happened to his daughter, to his wife, this gives someone, even a man, put yourself in Gohan's shoes, if something were to happen to your child, if something were to happen to your wife, obviously as a man, you would want to step up and you would want revenge. So unless something happens to Pan or Videl, I think Gohan will indefinitely step up and he will actually become, I think, great again. But of course, if nothing involves his daughter, if nothing involves his wife, if this story or stories happen to involve only Goku and the motives to kill Goku, at this point, I mean, as much as Gohan loves his father, what does he care for? I mean, Goku can handle his own, so Goku doesn't need the help of Gohan to take care of business. But what I do believe here is if someone or something threatens his daughter or threatens his wife, I believe right then and there, that's going to give Gohan more than enough reasons to step up and avenge his family. Now, in terms of him becoming any sort of pioneer figure for any other fighter out there to look up to, I don't think that's the case, because as of right now, the two primary focuses are on Goku and Vegeta. That is it. It's not Piccolo, it's not Majin Buu, it's not Oolong, it's not Roshi, it's not Tien, it's not Yamcha, it's nobody other than Goku and Vegeta. That's the primary focus. Now, I don't want to see Gohan become a side character. I don't want to see him become a secondary character, because that devalues the morals of Gohan, because even though he wasn't born to be a soul fighter like Goku, even though he doesn't, lust for power and he doesn't lust to become stronger and stronger and stronger, I do think that at some given point, however, Gohan could max himself out if something happens to his family. Now, to put certain things in perspective, some people were asking, well, what if he doesn't do anything in the next arc, but he has an involvement in the Universal Tournament? Again, not unless, of course, something huge is on the line, like, for example, the lives over at Universe 7, then I think Gohan has a chance to step up and fight for his family, because obviously enough, they can't fight for themselves. But having a look at what's going to happen in the upcoming arc, having to have an assassination attempt on Goku, I don't really think Gohan is going to care too much. Obviously enough, he loves his father, but do you guys really think that Gohan would bite the bullet and have to fight someone for Goku? Absolutely not. Not unless, of course, we play back the old Cell Saga routine and we have Goku ask Gohan to fight for him, in which case will never happen because there's no reason for that. I think that we will see Gohan fight, but it's going to be similar to how he fought Frieza's men. I think that the only difference is, I think that Gohan will definitely learn how to become a Super Saiyan easier now. He's going to have much more balance with his techniques. But in terms of Gohan having to master anything, in terms of Gohan having to reach some sort of an Omni level, some sort of a Super Saiyan God level, I don't see it happening, only because, again, if you're focusing more on Goku and Vegeta, having Gohan become a Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue, it's going to take away from them. It's going to put the spotlight more on Gohan. So I don't think that's the case at all. However, I do think that we're going to see him fight, but I don't think that he's going to reach a new level. Now, people want to talk about his ultimate form, his powers unlocked. Will he ever go back to that? The question is, if he does go back to that, and then what? I mean, even as strong as he was before, what does that even mean now? Let's say, for example, that Gohan were to go back to his ultimate level and he were to have his potential unleashed and stuff. How would that even matter? How would that even matter having to go up against someone like Hit, an assassin, someone that can time skip? Again, Gohan would get massacred. There is no in between that. There is no what ifs or buts. If Gohan, despite what level he is, were to fight someone like Hit, especially if he's not holding back, Hit would assassinate Gohan so fast. So I do think that in the next arc, Gohan may play the role of trying to save his father, in terms of having to hold back Hit, in terms of having to be somewhat of a defender. I can't really see Gohan going out there and, having to be the sole survivor. But I do think that based on the events that have happened so far with Trunks, with Frieza, with the Universal Tournament, I do think that Gohan is going to say to himself and say to everyone else, hey, listen, I've been sitting back and watching this entire time. I can't watch no more. Because the difference is, from when he was in Dragon Dragon Ball Z up until now is in Dragon Ball Z, Gohan was pretty much forced. He was put in a position to where he had to step up. He had to step up against Raditz. He had to step up against Frieza. He had to step up against someone like Cell. Even Boo, when Boo killed everyone on Earth, Gohan went there for the sole purpose of destroying him. So Gohan was forced. I mean, he was always forced to do something. Now, he's not really forced to do anything because there are other people out there stronger than Gohan that don't rely on Gohan no more. And another reason why people love Gohan so much is his ability and durability to survive. He always survives. He's always hanging in there no matter what. When everyone thought Majin Buu killed him during the Majin Buu story, he was still alive. When people thought that Perfect Cell was going to whoop Gohan's ass, and in which case he did, Gohan still pulled it out and he still survived. When people thought that Frieza was going to kill Gohan during the Namek Saga, Gohan still survived. Gohan survived and he persevered through everything. However, this is much different. We are talking about beings here that have the ability not only to time skip, but also exceed Gohan in power tremendously to the point where I think Gohan wouldn't have any sort of chance on doing any sort of damage, especially at the level that he's at now, unless, of course, he were to train with Piccolo. Having Whis come in and having Whis take him under his wing and having Whis pretty much guide him and do something with Gohan, I think wouldn't make sense, because why would Whis choose Gohan over someone like Goku and Vegeta? Granted, hybrids do have more potential, but if Whis and Beerus were primarily focusing more on Goku and Gohan, why would they draw their attention to other people? So that's why I don't think that Gohan is going to be training with Whis. I don't think Gohan's going to become any sort of deity. I don't think that Gohan's going to become any sort of, you know, badass like Super Saiyan God 12 type figure. But I do think if Gohan will train, he's going to train with his original mentor Piccolo. Now, I want to know down in the comment section below, where do you guys stand on Gohan's return? Do you truly believe that he will become a Super Saiyan Blue? Do you guys believe that he's going to become, you know, having his ultimate power unleashed again? Where do you see Gohan in the next arc? And do you guys believe that Gohan will make that significant comeback? And if he does, how is he going to do it? Is he going to fight Hit? Is he going to train? Or are they going to save Gohan for the final arc, which might be the Omni Tournament, and have him compete there? Comment down below and let me know, guys. Once again, thank you all for watching. If you guys are Dragon Ball fans, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for tons of awesome Dragon Ball daily videos. Lots of Dragon Ball content on this channel, guys. Again, if you guys enjoyed the video, if you guys love Dragon Ball in general, show your support by slapping a like on this video. Tune in for more. Comment down below if you guys differ from my opinion. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about Gohan, about his potential comeback, and where you see him standing in terms of him fighting Hit, in terms of him having his powers unlocked. Or do you guys believe that Gohan will remain how he is now and he won't have any sort of significant role going into the next arc? Comment down below, guys. Thank you all for watching once again, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Take it easy, guys, and God bless. Peace.